webinar will be recorded. And I would also like to extend a special welcome to the staff members of DUT who have made an effort to support a student-led webinar. We as Vibrant Campuses would like to thank everybody for joining us on a Saturday and making time to log in today. I will now hand you over to my colleague, Sebu, Skosana, who is studying chemical engineering. He is also passionate about people and developing sustainable environments for communities. He's also our leading member for the Rise Above Resilience program. Sebo will be elaborating on the outcome of today's nutritional talk, and he will be introducing who we are and what we stand for as the Vibrant Campus team. Thank you, Table.
Thank you very much, Ms. Staples. I would like to thank everyone for attending the meeting. We're grateful for your support. And also, I would like everyone to know this is our second webinar. We had another one, which was on the 4th of October. Can someone please type this?
Two, we're bringing very talented players. And three, got Kamalo, who's been on fire all season. Take a look at it.
Sorry about that. I've muted the mic for you.
Thank you. So, as I've been saying, this is the second seminar we're having on nutrition, and basically what we talk about, the theme is a key to a healthy and active life. So today we'll be having Mandisa, who will speak about, firstly, the importance of breakfast, meal planning, and all those things. So we are Vibrant Campuses. I'm sure maybe you've heard about Vibrant Campuses. So what Vibrant Campuses does is that it focuses on teaching students about nutrition. It is an initiative aimed at responding to food insecurity challenges facing universities, and we also solve nutritional gaps and needs in universities through improved access to safe and nutritious food. So I hope you enjoyed today's webinar with Mandisa. And if you have any question, we have questions later on. We are welcome to ask any questions. So yeah, feel free, and yeah, we thank you.
Thank you, Sibyl. So we will be taking questions about today's webinar after Mandisa's presentation. So please make sure that while she's presenting that you maybe write down questions to ask afterwards if you have any. So I now welcome our special guest speaker, Mandisa. She's a third-year consumer science student. She specializes in food and nutrition, and she's studying at DUT. She is currently part of the Vibrant Campus Nutrition and Education team, and she believes that sharing nutritional knowledge and skills can help our society make better food choices and equip them to live healthier lives. When she is not volunteering as a nutritional advisor, she is developing new recipe ideas as she has enjoyed experimenting with new flavors and ingredients. Mandisa, I now give it over to you.
Thank you so much for that lovely introduction, Aisha. So as she has mentioned, my name is Mandisa Matri. I'm a DUT student doing consumer science in food and nutrition. So this is actually my first time hosting an online webinar, and I'm excited, and hopefully we will all learn as we are all in this journey of health and wellness and trying to make healthy eating a habit. So let's get right into it. So I'm sure we've all heard the statement, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So today we will be looking at why breakfast is so important, and I'll also be sharing some easy and delicious breakfast recipes for us. And these are student budget friendly, of course. Breakfast is the first meal of the day, which is eaten in the morning. It's called breakfast because it signifies the act of breaking the fasting period that happens overnight while we sleep. Eating breakfast in the morning replenishes your supply of glucose to boost your energy levels and alertedness throughout the day, while it also provides other essential nutrients required for good health. Many studies have shown that the health benefits of eating breakfast is that it improves your energy levels and ability to concentrate in the short term, and it can help with better weight management, reduced risk of type 2 diabetes, and heart disease in the long term. Despite the benefits of breakfast for your health and well-being, many people often skip it for a variety of reasons. For most people, it's because they don't have time for breakfast in the mornings, because they're rushing to work or school, or there are other people who say that they find it difficult to eat early in the morning. The good news is that there are plenty of ways to make it easier to fit breakfast into your day, and we will discuss that later on. But for now, let's look at the reasons why breakfast is so important. When we wake up from your overnight sleep, you may not have eaten for up to 10 hours, depending on how long you have slept. Breakfast replenishes the stores of energy and nutrients in your body. First and foremost, breakfast provides our bodies with the energy required to power through our daily activities. After a night of sleep, our blood sugar levels are low, and a nutritious breakfast helps replenish those levels, giving us the energy boost needed to focus and concentrate throughout the day. It fuels our brains, allowing us to think clearly and improve our cognitive functions. Skipping breakfast may seem like a good way to reduce overall energy intake, but research shows that even with a higher intake of energy, breakfast eaters tend to be more physically active in the morning than those who don't eat until later in the day. Breakfast gives you the essential vitamins, minerals, and nutrients. Breakfast foods are rich in key nutrients such as folate, calcium, iron, B vitamins, and fiber. Breakfast provides a lot of your day's total nutrient intake. In fact, people who eat breakfast are more likely to meet their recommended daily intakes of vitamins and minerals than people who don't eat breakfast. Essential vitamins, minerals, and other nutrients can only be gained from food. So even though your body can usually find enough energy to make it to the next meal, you still need to top up your vitamin and mineral levels to maintain health and vitality. Breakfast helps you control your weight. People who regularly eat breakfast are less likely to be overweight or obese. Research is ongoing as to why this is the case, but it is thought that eating breakfast may help you control your weight because it prevents large fluctuations in your blood glucose levels, helping you control your appetite. Breakfast fills you up before you become really hungry, so you are less likely to just grab whatever foods are nearby when you are hungry. For example, those high energy, high fat foods with added sugars or salt. Breakfast also boosts your brain power. If you don't have breakfast, you might find that you feel a bit sluggish and struggle to focus on things. This is because your brain has not received the energy or glucose that it needs to get going. Studies suggest that not having breakfast affects your mental performance, including your attention, ability to concentrate, and even your memory. This can make some tasks feel harder than they normally would. Students who regularly eat breakfast also tend to perform better academically compared with those who skip breakfast. They also feel a greater level of connectedness with teachers and other adults at their school, which leads to further positive health and academic outcomes. A healthy breakfast may reduce the risk of illness. Compared with people who don't have breakfast, those who regularly eat breakfast tend to have a lower risk of both obesity and type 2 diabetes. There is also some evidence that people who don't have breakfast may be at a higher risk of cardiovascular disease. Breakfast helps you make better food choices. People who eat breakfast generally have more healthy diets overall and have better eating habits and are less likely to be hungry for snacks during the day than people who skip breakfast. People who eat an inadequate breakfast are more likely to make poor food choices, not only for the rest of the day, but also over the longer term. People who skip breakfast tend to nibble on snacks during the mid-morning or afternoon. This can be a problem if those snacks are low in fiber, vitamins, and minerals, but high in fats and salts. Without the extra energy that breakfast can offer, some people feel tired, lethargic, and turn to high-energy food and drinks to help them get through the day. If you do skip breakfast, try a nutritious snack such as a fresh fruit, yogurt, fruit smoothie, or a whole wheat sandwich to help you through that mid-morning hunger. The effects of skipping breakfast. If you skip breakfast, it means that your body has gone without fuel for nearly 12 hours. Assuming that your last meal was at 8 p.m. the previous night and you begin your day at 7 a.m. in the morning. Imagine starting a car's engine when its petrol tank is empty. So you get the picture. This is how our body responds too. Let's take a look at the short-term and long-term effects of skipping breakfast. Men who skip breakfast have a 27% chance of suffering a heart attack or developing heart disease than those who start the day with something in their stomach, according to a new study. People who skip breakfast are also more likely to have hypertension and to have high cholesterol. Breakfast is literally meant to mean breaking the fast from the time you have spent asleep throughout the night. So eating in the morning helps to restore the glycogen and stabilize the levels of insulin. By ignoring and not replenishing your glucose levels in the morning, you will end up feeling overly hungry, irritable, and fatigued. If you are dieting or dreaming of having a perfect summer body and you are skipping breakfast for it, you need to stop that right now. People tend to gain more weight if they skip the first meal of the day. This is supported by two reasons. Firstly, skipping breakfast makes our body crave for more sugar and fatty foods, and we end up fulfilling these cravings. Secondly, it intensifies our hunger feelings, which in turn increases our food intake, so we eat more. Breakfast is the most important meal that gives you a boost up to your metabolism daily, as it is the first meal of the day. This helps in increasing your energy levels throughout the day to perform the physical activities. But avoiding breakfast puts off your energy. Women are usually prone to type 2 diabetes as they frequently avoid taking breakfast because of their busy lives. Women who do not eat breakfast on an average 0 to 6 times a week are at higher risk of increasing this type of diabetes when compared to those who have their breakfast daily. Your stomach produces digestive juices to help break down food that you eat. Even when there is no food to digest, it continues to do so at the usual time that you eat. So prolonged periods without food tend to lead to acid reflux, gastritis, and stomach acid. Eating meals with low levels of proteins adversely affects levels of keratin, which leads to hair loss. Breakfast plays a major role in promoting the growth of hair follicles. So this is an important reason why you should indulge in a protein-rich breakfast every day. Skipping breakfast is related to irregular menstrual cycle for women and increases the incidence of premenstrual pain, anorexia, and premenstrual cramps. Skipping meals leads to a drop in sugar levels. Due to this drop in sugar levels, the body releases hormones to compensate for the low glucose levels. This can cause a hike in blood pressure levels, which in turn leads to migraines and headaches. Skipping the breakfast has a great impact on mood and energy. It has been shown that people who completely avoided taking breakfast have utmost fatigue levels and very fewer memory skills, whereas eating improves the cognitive function, which is related to test grades as well as memory. So taking breakfast is a smart thing. Some common reasons for skipping breakfast include not having time in the morning or wanting to spend the extra time being in bed, trying to lose weight, too tired to bother making breakfast, bored of the same breakfast foods, or you don't feel hungry in the morning. What to include in your breakfast meal? When you're making breakfast, you must try to include at least 3 food groups in your breakfast to help you feel fuller for longer. This includes carbohydrates or your cereals, fruits or vegetables, healthy nuts, and proteins. As you can see in the diagram, it's basically, it shows you how to build a breakfast using simple foods like bread. You can make bread with peanut butter and banana, or you can make avocado and egg toast, which is one of my favorites, by the way. Or you can make oatmeal with milk and fruits, any fruits of your choice. Or you can make pancakes with fruits and seeds. This can include nuts as well. Here are some other easy and delicious, as well as affordable breakfast foods that you can try. We have overnight oats, which are made with milk, oats, or you can use yogurt. And you can add any desired toppings that you like to flavor it with. So you make this the night before and then you let it sit in the fridge overnight in case you're going to be having a busy morning. So you can just have it in the morning, it will be ready. Or we have the breakfast burrito, which you can also add your desired fillings, whatever you like to put inside. And this can also save time because it's very easy to prepare. Or you can make an egg sandwich. You just make some eggs, you add them on a slice of toast and top them with cheese or avocado or any other filling that you would like. Another option is a smoothie. And the great part about smoothies is that they don't require any cooking. So you just add them on your blender, you add your fruits, whatever you like to add. You can add milk as well as yogurt, any desired flavoring that you'd like to add. And then you can also make an omelet, which is pretty simple. You add an egg and your desired fillings, which can be veggies, cheese, or whatever you like, and you just cook it in a frying pan. So we have reached the end of the presentation. I wanted to keep it very short because I know it's a Saturday and people have plans, but I'm glad that you were here today and I hope that you did learn something that's going to help you in your new journey of healthy eating. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them or you can type in the comment section. Thank you.
Okay, so we're gonna make it that you can like just raise your hand and then put on your mic so that you can ask Nandisa questions before we thank her and we all leave. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them now. Zikali, you can unmute yourself and you can ask.
I would like to greet Miss Mandisa. And everyone. I wanted to know what is the right time to actually have breakfast.
So breakfast is usually eaten in the morning. That's between 8 a.m. to 12. So anytime between then you can have breakfast. And then after 12, I think it's lunch or brunch. That's breakfast and lunch.
Sorry, there is someone who's asking in the chat. He says his mic isn't working. So I'll just read the question out. He says, what advice would you give to someone who feels nauseous in the morning and is unable to eat breakfast?
For someone who can't eat in the morning, I would suggest that maybe at night they have a smaller portion of food, because it could happen that they still feel full from the food they ate the night before. So I would suggest that they have smaller portions of dinner and that they eat earlier in the evening and not late at night.
Zikali, you can also talk. I see your hand up.
I also wanted to know, so for overnight oats, you can use any type of oats, even the regular oats that we're used to, like the jungle oats, and mix them with milk and just put them in the fridge? Or there's a certain type of oats to make overnight oats?
No, you can use any type of oats that you have.
Are there any other questions for Mandisa? And then after the seminar, if you still have questions, you're welcome to either email Vibrant Campuses so that we can get you in contact with Mandisa.
Also, before we close the meeting, I would like to urge everyone in the meeting to kindly fill our evaluation form. There is a link in the chat. So we just want to hear your say on how the meeting went by. I've also sent a link to our website. So if you want to know anything about Vibrant Campuses, you can find our link in the website and check us out. Yeah.
Okay, it seems like there's no further questions. Mandisa, we really want to say thank you for your beautiful presentation and for making time to equipping us all about breakfast, because I myself for years used to skip breakfast and I had a lot of health issues. And the first thing the doctor said to me is like, I need to actually train myself to eat breakfast, because I was also somebody that used to feel nauseous in the morning. And I started with fruits in the morning, actually. I know it's not that great because a lot of people believe it's spiked sugar, but that's how I trained myself to start eating in the morning. And then one thing that's made a difference is really overnight oats, because I felt because they're cold, because you don't like reheat it. So the point of it is like eating it while it's cold, because I think it's got to do with the breakdown of the gluten and everything in the oats, leaving it overnight. So I used to put in peanut butter because I am vegetarian. So I always made sure like I try and add peanut butter or fruit so that I just get that extra bit of nutrition out of the oats. And I used to use any peanut butter that's available. And it really helped me. Like I found that the oats didn't make me as nauseous as what like toast or other foods used to make me. And also like a suggestion for breakfast, if you really can't stomach food solids, I know like fresh ginger, if you crush it and you pour boiling water and a bit of honey, like that's also a very good thing to drink even throughout the day. So thank you so much for helping us this morning, and I think I'm definitely going to try the breakfast burrito. And I really just want to say thank you again to everybody that joined in today, because it is a Saturday, and I really do hope everyone has a wonderful Saturday. Our next webinar is next Wednesday. I just want to double check something. Sorry. So it will be next Wednesday, and it will also say, well, sorry, I'm not too sure what next Wednesday, if you can maybe just inform us.
Next Wednesday, we'll be having Mr. Ngobo, Sponiso, and yeah, we will just send everyone a link and then we'll have a meeting. He hasn't shared with me exactly what he's gonna be presenting, but we definitely will have a meeting then.
Okay, thank you so much. So I do believe it will be more like a nutritional education from him as well, also meal planning and everything. So I think it will add on to today's. So that's it for today. And once again, just thank you so much. We really do appreciate every participant today. And then you may leave the group chat now. Thanks. And please remember to do the survey after. Thank you.